Hey guys, it's your girl Bunzi Fam, and I am so happy that you are all tuned into my wonderful channel today. Today is Monday, so you already know I'm coming to you guys live and direct, okay, with Bible study today. So I decided to do something different. It will be more of me teaching you guys how to understand it. So let's just dive in right into Bible study. So today we're gonna go through Mark chapter 5. So I have my trusty Bible, y'all. This Bible has been through it. So 2006, 2006. So, but this Bible is just, I can't let it go. So I'm gonna try to duct tape it or something. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry, y'all. But we're gonna go into Mark 5:25. I'm gonna read it here, and I'm also gonna read it on my phone, because on my phone I have the International Children's Bible. Why do she need it in the Children's Bible? Because I need the Bible to be simplified for me. Other people understand the Bible easy, but for me it's kind of a hard read. So I try my best to get it in the simplest form as possible, okay? So a large crowd followed and pressed around him, and a woman was there who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a great deal under the care of many doctors and had spent all she had, yet instead of getting better, she grew worse. When she heard about Jesus, she came up behind him in the crowd and touched his cloth. Because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I will be healed. Immediately, her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was freed from her suffering. Again, that was Mark 5, verse 25 to 29. Go ahead and read it in the International Children's Bible version, okay? A woman was there who had been bleeding for the past 12 years. She had suffered very much. Many doctors had tried to help her. She had spent all the money she had, but she was not improving. She was getting worse. When the woman heard about Jesus, she followed him with the people and touched his coat. The woman thought, if I can even touch his coat, that will be enough to heal me. When she touched his coat, her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was healed. Wow. This is really the definition of faith over fear. Literally, this is a true definition of faith over fear. So we're going to break it down. So it says here in verse 25 that a woman was there who had been bleeding for the past 12 years. What is your situation right now? Is the duration of your situation more than 12 years? Is the duration of your situation less than 12 years? Whatever it is, I'm telling you, faith over fear, okay? This woman was going through bleeding for 12 years. And she was suffering, okay, during those 12 years. And there were doctors. It says here, many doctors had tried to help her. Why did I write down doctors? People who are supposed to prescribe you something when you're sick. People that's supposed to be kind of your advocate when your body is down. I put doctors because a doctor can say one thing, but Jesus has the final say. Jesus has the last word, okay? So definitely remember that. The doctor, yes, he's going to do his job because he was appointed by God. That's his job, to do what he needs to do. But that doesn't mean that he has the final say. So it says here, as we keep reading in 26, she was not improving, y'all. When she was going to those doctors, she was not improving. If you're going through something and a doctor told you something, continue to listen to that doctor. Continue to do what the doctor prescribed to you. But remember that your faith will override your fear, and your faith will be the one that will be able to heal you, okay? So a doctor doesn't have a final say. Let's remember that. The doctor doesn't have a final say. It says here in 27, when the woman heard about Jesus, she followed him with the people and touched his coat. One thing I love about 27 is she heard about Jesus, one. So that means she already believed that, okay, because I heard that Jesus was coming around, if I can touch him, something's going to happen, okay? So then we go down to 28. The woman thought, if I can even touch his coat, that will be enough to heal me. This woman had faith, y'all. She was like, and honestly, you can do the reading on your own time, but if you read before verse 25, you will understand that Jesus did not come there to heal her. Jesus was on a mission to go heal other people. But this lady had great faith, y'all. Are y'all understanding this? This woman had great faith that she believed that if she touched his coat, something had to happen. She was going to be healed. But I say something had to happen. Something had to shake. Whatever you're going through, you tried it with your friends. You tried it with the world. You tried it with your family. And it didn't work. But with God, something got to shake. Something got to happen. It will happen, okay? It will happen. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay. So when she touched his coat, 29, her bleeding stopped. When I read this, I was like, how come this lady, well, how come her bleeding stopped, right? But her bleeding stopped because she had faith. Okay, because anybody could have touched God's coat that day. But something in God, I feel like, you know, let me be real with you guys. I feel like God was walking and he felt a whole bunch of people touching on him. But it was her that touched on him. And I feel like he felt like chills. I feel like God felt chills. I feel like God was like, who is this? Who touched me? I felt like she aggravated God's spirit that day. I feel like she made God remember her. The remembrance that you get from God. When God remember you, my God. When God remember you, he's able to transform things in your life. He's able to pour down blessings in your life like rain. You won't understand what's going on, but you're just going to understand that blessing is, oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's there, okay? So one thing I love about this read was she aggravated God's spirit. Because I bet you, in that crowded place, everybody wanted to see Jesus. She wasn't the only person that wanted to see Jesus. If I was there, I would wanted to see Jesus. But the thing that was different and that stood out with her is that she wanted to see Jesus so bad that she was willing to aggravate God's spirit in order to get her healing. So what are you doing today to aggravate God's spirit? What are you doing today that will allow God to remember you and be like, hey, I got a bless. What is it that you're doing to aggravate God's spirit for him to be like, no, this girl, I got to give it to her. I got to give it to her. Y'all don't make me preach. Don't make me preach. If you have faith, then you shall receive. And it's so cliche because we talk about faith all the time. And, you know, during this season, we're like faith over fear. But this lady did something that was different. It was beyond confidence. It was faith. She had faith and she aligned it with deeds. And she put it together. And she got her healing. Like I said before, anybody could have touched the garment of God. Anybody could have touched God. But that doesn't mean that everyone's going to be healed. But she was ready to receive her blessing. I'm telling you guys, just do this. I'm ready, God. I'm ready. Wherever you at, just do this. I'm ready, God. I'm ready for the blessings that you're going to pour on my life. I'm ready for the healing that you're going to pour on my life. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Because in order for God to heal this woman, she had to be ready. Okay, so I like 28. I know I skipped to 29, but we're going to go back to 28 because it says here, because she thought, if I just touch his clothes, I would be healed. That was important. She was just like, you know what? It doesn't matter. In my head, I'm thinking she's like me. She's stubborn as me. God, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere until you touch me. Even if I was her and I touched the coat of God and God didn't feel me, honey, I was going to tug on that thing. Like, hello, I'm here. I am available. I am available, Jesus. Like, whatever you want me to do, I am there. We skip down to 29. It says, immediately her bleeding stopped, and she felt in her body that she was free from suffering. We're going to go down to 30. It says here, once Jesus realized that power had gone out from him, he turned around the crowd and asked, who touched my clothes? She aggravated God's spirit so much that he had to say, hold on, wait, I felt something. I like if it was an expression, I would feel like literally off his garment. Like that's how he felt when she touched him. Y'all, this is so good. 31. You see the people crowding against you? His disciple answered, and yet you can ask, who touched me? So the disciples was like, God, there's so many people around you. Like anybody could have touched you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could have touched you. That was, if I was a disciple, I probably would have said the same thing. I'm like, God, anybody could have touched you, man. Like, look at this person. Look at this person. They're right beside you, you know? But Jesus kept looking around to see who had done it. 33. Then the woman, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell at his feet and trembled with fear, told him the whole truth. My. When you're at the feet of Jesus, something happens. An encounter happens when you're at the feet of Jesus. Like when you're at the feet of Jesus, nothing can ever be the same. You can't be the same individual that you came in. Like she was thinking in her head, like, I'm walking into this knowing that Jesus is coming, and I'm walking into this knowing that I'm already healed. I'm not coming back home the same way. She said that she didn't have a plan B, baby. She had a plan A, and that plan A was to get healed, and if she wasn't healed, she was not going anywhere. Hello? She didn't have a plan B. Today, don't have a plan B. Your plan A and B is Jesus, okay? If you lean on Jesus, there will be no necessity for a plan B. Stop trying to look for another way out when the only way is Jesus. Hallelujah. He said to her, daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering. God is so great. God is so great because, like I said before, he was not even going in the mission to heal her. But she said, God, you are my plan B. I am giving you my offering in advance for my healing. She said that I'm not going nowhere until you heal me. Heal me. Do you hear that? Like, what are you doing today to aggravate God's spirit so you can get his attention and make him do what is the desires of your heart? This lady has been bleeding for 12 years, my brothers and my sisters. Been bleeding for 12 years. I'm telling you, the Bible is good, okay? She was bleeding for 12 years. 12 years of suffering and going doctor from doctor, and those doctors saying that your case is impossible. I'm telling you guys, that's the end of Bible study. I know it probably went quick, but I hope that you play it back and try to get understanding in this situation. And I pray that you read it on your own time. Even, like I said before, read before 25, verse 25, because you will understand that Jesus didn't come for her. Read this because this woman had so much faith that it can move mountains. It said that a power dropped from God. Let me tell you something. Verse 30, at once, Jesus realized that power had dropped from him. So he understood that an encounter happened. An encounter of faith, okay? She said, I will touch God and I will receive from God. She received something from God that day that allowed her healing to take place. So what are you doing today that will allow you to aggravate God's spirit, that will allow, pray extraordinary prayers. My first lady told us this. She said, pray extraordinary prayers. Don't minimize God. Don't put God so down where you over here praying for little prayers. You praying for money? No, I'm praying to be a millionaire. What are you talking about? Pray extraordinary prayers because God is looking for those prayers. You said that, oh God, I need you to heal me from diabetes. I need you to heal me from cancer. I need you to heal me from AIDS. I need you to heal me from sickle cell. I need you to heal me from any disease or circumstance. Say, God, I need it now. I need it now. I don't need it tomorrow. I need it now. She said I was going to go today. It was no plan B. That's how she said, okay? She said, I'm going there with all my burdens, with all my sinfulness. I'm going there to receive my blessing. I'm going to touch on that and I'm going to receive my blessing, okay? And I just want to continue to encourage you guys. 2020 is not canceled. The promises that God has for you is not canceled. So whatever you're looking for, it's there and God will see you through. Just always remember, y'all, be you, do you. Remember that and repeat. I love you, but God loves you more. And it's Bunzi, and I'm out.